Hi, I'm Frank Sutter, and I would like to thank you for visiting my site. I know why you're here. People don't browse Medicare information sites for fun. I'm honored that you're consulting me, and I intend to make this visit worth your time. I want to make Medigap less confusing for those of you who've never looked at it before, and in this video, I'm going to go over the basics of how Medigap works and the various plans that are available to you. So first, the idea behind Medigap and how it works. Medigap is sort of a slang term for a family of insurance plans that supplement Medicare coverage. So let's start with Medicare. Medicare is what we call in the insurance industry an 80-20 plan. Like almost all insurance plans, Medicare doesn't cover everything, but it's actually quite comprehensive. It covers a whole lot, it really does. But also, like most insurance plans, it doesn't cover 100% of your bill. In most cases, really in almost all cases, when your issue is covered, Medicare will pick up 80% of the bill, and you will be left with 20%. You should know that under the Affordable Care Act, which we commonly know as Obamacare, an 80-20 plan is classified as a gold level plan. And most of the Affordable Care Act plans are not as comprehensive as Medicare. So Medicare really is a good insurance plan. And if your medical bill is $500, your 20% share will be $100. That's not too awful. But we all know that a $500 medical bill is pretty low. If you have to go to the emergency room with all of the associated consultation fees, defensive testing, and administrative costs, you may go home with a bill that size after getting 2 aspirins and a Band-Aid. Okay, that may be an exaggeration, but it's not a big stretch. The point is, medical costs are through the roof. So what happens if your bill is $5,000? Or $10,000, or even $50,000. In most cases, your 20% share isn't a big deal, but sometimes it could be. So that's what Medigap is for. That 20% cost share that comes your way is considered a gap, and Medigap insurance is designed to cover that. So let's review what we've covered so far. Very basically, if Medicare covers it, they will cover 80%. And just as basically, if Medicare covers it, Medigap will pick up the difference. Now that's not 100% true, but it does give you a basic idea of how it all works. And so now that you understand that much, you can easily see that Medigap takes you from gold level coverage, which is an 80-20 plan, to the chairman of the board coverage, where you have very little to no out-of-pocket expense, no matter what happens. That's because Medigap really is not medical insurance as much as it is financial insurance. The reason is, it's not important what the medical issue is. It could be something very simple or something very serious. The only important issue is if Medicare covered it. If that is true, Medigap will cover the gap. In most cases. Okay, yes, there is a catch, and I'm going to get to that in just a couple minutes. But before I do, there's just one more fact to digest that will make all of this come together. Our federal government, in their infinite wisdom, decided to standardize Medigap plans in 2010. There were good reasons for that, but I'm not going to go into that and get that far off track. It's enough to know that if an insurance company offers a Medigap plan, it must have exactly the same benefits and coverage as a similar plan offered by another insurance company. You don't have to take my word for it. You can find that in the book our government provides for all recipients of Medicare every year, called Medicare and You. In the current issue, it says, Medigap policies are standardized. Every Medigap policy must follow federal and state laws designed to protect you, and they must be clearly identified as Medicare supplement insurance. Insurance companies can sell you only a standardized policy identified in most states by letters A through D, F through G, and K through N. All policies offer the same basic benefits, but some offer additional benefits so you can choose which one meets your needs. In Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, Medigap policies are standardized in a different way. So before I go on, let me say 3 things. Number 1, this book, Medicare and You, is incredibly valuable, packed with information that can really help. Number 2, if you don't have a copy, I can help you get one. It's very easy. And number 3, you can see where it specifies that all policies offer the same basic benefits, but some offer additional benefits. That's the catch I was talking about, and I will cover that now. By the way, the book Choosing a Medigap Policy is also solid gold, packed with great information, and if you don't have a copy, it's also easy to get on the web, but I'm off track. So this is the chart, and I've colored it to make it easy to understand. Down the left side is the various benefits that are provided, and across the top are the plan types that provide each benefit. Some benefits are provided by all plans and some are not. The ones that are provided by every plan are called core benefits, and the ones that are not covered by all plans are called optional benefits. Plan F is the most comprehensive benefit and covers everything that a Medigap plan can cover. All the core benefits and all of the options. That's the chairman of the board coverage I referred to earlier, and when a beneficiary chooses this plan, they very rarely have any out-of-pocket expenses at all. They will have prescription drug expenses because by law Medigap cannot cover prescription drugs, and they may also very occasionally have an expense that Medicare will not cover. So Medigap will not cover it either. But overall, this is the best coverage available. However, it's also the most expensive because it leaves nothing out. So here's where the decisions come in. You may decide to shoulder some of the medical expenses yourself in order to have a lower monthly premium. And speaking of the monthly premium, even though a Plan F has exactly the same benefits from Company A as it does from Company B, the premiums may be significantly different. The same is true of all the plans, so the company you choose is really the important decision. Now you might ask, why would anyone ever decide to leave out skilled nursing facility care such as in Plan A and B? The primary answer is they are not. Please do not forget that they still have basic Medicare coverage for that, which will give them 20 days for free. After that, they will have a copay for days 21 through 100, and they may be judging that they will never need days 21 through 100 in a nursing facility. And if they do, they will pay those copays between days 21 and 100. The important idea is that they already have gold level care anyway through Medicare, and they're opting for a lower premium. You may not agree with this decision. I do not either. But there is some logic to it. They actually do have some coverage. Okay, so let's catch up to where we're at. We know Medicare has gold level coverage, but we also know that it can fall short at times. We know that Medigap is designed to fill those gaps and that when layered on Medicare, the result is really, really good coverage. We know that Medigap plan benefits are standardized and that one plan, Plan F, is the most comprehensive of all. That's pretty much all the facts we need to make some decisions, right? No. All Medigap plans are created equally by law, but all Medigap providers are most certainly not equal. There can be differences in premiums, a company's claims experience, a company's financial assets, a company's rate-raising history, and more. You really need to do a comparison of the providers, not the benefits, before you can make the wisest decision. And that's where I can help. I'm appointed to represent multiple Medigap providers, and I can help you to compare their premiums as well as their financial stability to come up with what is really the best deal for you. So I hope you give me a call. I know I can help. I'm Frank Sutter, and thanks for listening.